Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon. Hello, welcome to the State in History, aka TDH. I'm Alexander, UVRU. Hopefully we'll be joined by the Golden Moon here soon. Today is, of course, Thursday, aka Thursday, August 27th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a 38-page document to get through today and several tabs here, so for some prime quality entertainment. Starting us off in the year 410, the sacking of Rome by the Visigoths ended after 3 days. 479 BC, this should be over here then. So we're going to go back in time. Actually, this was supposed to be in 410. Whoops, that was my bad there. So 479 BC, welcome to the show, by the way, Sir Loon.
Thank you.
Yeah. We have the Greco-Persian Wars. The Battle of Mycale was won by Greek forces over Persian naval troops on the Ionian coast. So the Battle of Mycale, won by Greek forces over Persian naval troops on Ionian coast. It was a double victory with that at Plataea, ending the Persian invasion. Now we'll get to Plataea here in a minute. First off, though, let's check out this. What is going on outside? Are they building something?
I didn't hear anything.
I hear jackhammers and
What?
yeah, some machinery and everything going on over there. You don't hear that.
No.
Anyway, just to show some maps here of their invasion and all that stuff right here.
It's like they're doing car washes or something.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. So in here we have King, the guy before Xerxes. I forgot his name. This was the invasion before, and then later Xerxes tried again. And that was the whole stand of the 300, Leonidas, and all that stuff, whatnot. Which we covered that not too long ago, didn't we? Thermopylae? Battle of Thermopylae.
Yes, we did.
So, anyway, we have another 479 BC. This is the double victory here. We have the Battle of Plataea. Persian forces led by Mardonius were routed by a Greek army under Pausanias. A double victory with the success at Mycale that ended the Persian invasion. All right, I stand corrected. I'm going to retrace what I said. Uh-huh. This is actually after, because I'm stupid. I'm incredibly stupid. We'll get to that here in a minute. Actually, what was this? That's weird. Anyway, Plataea. So this was at the end of 300.
Okay.
So now it makes sense because we already covered the Battle of Thermopylae. But we know that the 300, and historically it was actually there's 10,000 whatever with them. It was a lot more than just 300. But they all fell and everything, and that goat path or whatever was the instrument of their doom. But right here, watch this part at the end of the 300 movie.
And a promise this country holds. Now, here on this rugged patch of earth called Plataea, 30 swords face obliteration!
Yeah, so this was, man, I'm incredibly serious. It's the heat. It's just, it mixes things up in my brain. So, yeah, this is Plataea. So, there he is, that one guy. 410, we already got the sacking of Rome by the Visigoths ended after 3 days. 663, Battle of Beijing. Tang Chinese and Silla Korean forces defeated Plataea Korean forces and their Yamato-Japanese allies on the Gyeong River in Korea, the last Japanese invasion of Korea for 900 years.
Wow.
Yep. 1172. Henry the Young King and Margaret of France were crowned junior king and queen of England. What does that mean? How can you be a junior prince and princess? Henry the Young King, a junior king. What's a junior king? Is it going to tell me here? Actually, I can just look it up right here. What, you're going to say something?
No.
You're king. Pardon me, king. Sorry. Allergies. Who is junior king? Well, what is a junior king? Why is this junior king? Okay, here we go. No, it's not the person. Okay, well, we don't have the time to look this up. But if anybody can look up, what this junior king thing is, and let us know in the comment section, that'd be great. Moving on up here to about to sneeze again. Yeah, something's got me.
Bless you. Yeah.
1232 Japanese legal code Gostiabi Shimamuku of the formulary of adjunctations was promulgated by Regent Hojo Yasushi. From other source here, Shiken Hojo Yasutoki of the Kamakura Shogunate promulgated on the Gosaibai Shikimoku, the first Japanese legal code governing the samurai class. That's pretty big right there.
Yeah.
So let's look this up here. Here we go. So it's governing the samurai class. This is
This is when samurais became that. Were in that position. Is that where they were declared?
You talking about like shoguns or something,
Yeah.
or like
Samurais. Samurais were. I don't know what the word is.
like they were like the leader, right?
Above, yeah.
Yeah.
They were the law.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. It says, before enacting the Gosaibai Shikimoku, the Kamakura Shogunate conducted trials without formal laws. After the Jokyo War, an increasing number of land disputes between its vassals, aristocrats and peasants made fair trials indispensable. Thereafter, Hojo Yasutoki compiled the outline with 51 article headings and 13 Hyojoshu, or counselors, completed it. But that's not really telling us much about like what does this cover. So let's see here. Gosaibai Shikimoku. Throw this in there. If anybody can look this into it, like answer those questions better than I could, like that'd be great because this is going to take some digging. Anyway, for this link that we just gathered and all other ones that we collect throughout the show, they will appear in the underbar description after the live stream. We already have a lot of cool things down there, though, including but not limited to All Things Omni Coalition, the various sources we use, the music in the background, and a handful of other nifty things. We got to keep on moving on up here, though, because an hour is going to go by like that. 1353, War of the Straits of Sardinian-Aragonese War. The Battle of Alghero resulted in a crushing victory of the allied Aragonese and Venetian fleet over the Genoese fleet, most of which was captured. 1549, Battle of Donesdale. John Dudley, Earl of Warwick, destroyed Robert Kent's army, ending Kent's rebellion in Norfolk, England. What a shame. 1593, Pierre Biere failed in an attempt to assassinate Henry IV of France. And just to do a really quick surface level scratch of this, because I have a note here, like, how was he foiled? Was he caught?
Yeah.
Like, was it uncovered? Like, was it like a pistol shooting or something, and then it missed, or like what happened? It's just telling me about the guy here. So this is gonna once again. Oh, here we go. What is this? Here we go. Trevin power. Tell me fail assassination. 1593. Yep. Infiltrated the royal entourage, concealing a dagger beneath his cloak. He waited for the perfect moment to strike. However, his nervous demeanor and suspicious behavior caught the attention of the king's guards, who promptly apprehended him. The would-be assassin was subsequently interrogated, tried, and executed for his botched attempt at Henry IV's life. So, yeah, you just didn't have the spine for it. Ended up paying. So, let's see here. Attempted deleting. What else do we got here? In 1597, Jongyo War, Battle of Shilshilyonan, a Japanese fleet of 500 ships destroyed Joseon commander Wan Kyun's fleet of 200 ships. Well, 500 versus 200. That's 2.5 to 1.
Yeah.
You know, that's not fair. Destroyed it at Shilshilyonan. All right, and if it's all in the primary source here, so if you can pronounce this word better than I can, by all means, go for it. I'm not a linguist, I'm a historian. Damn it, Jim. 1600, Ishida's mercenaries' Western Army commenced the siege of Fushimi Castle, which was lightly defended by a much smaller Tokugawa garrison, led by Torimato Tada. And, another surface level scratch, because I'd like to know the outcome. Like, did they survive? Here's a siege. No, right here. Siege. After Tori and his family then self-deleted. So, yeah, it doesn't sound like it did well for them, unfortunately. So, let's see here. What was this? Fushimi Castle Siege. Okay, throw that in there. What else we got? 1601, Oliver Van Noort completed the first Dutch circumnavigation of the globe, returning home after 2 years, but with little success at trading or taking Spanish possessions. Okay. 4 centuries ago, 1626, Battle of Lutter, Catholic League defeated the Danish king Christian IV. All right. 1665, Ye Bear and Ye Cub was the first play performed in North America in Accomack, Virginia. So the first play in North America, 1665. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
review. They have a review in the New York Times of this. Really, that's awesome. Go away. I don't want. Go away. Pop up. Nope. Not interested. Well, I guess. Can you? Nope. Well, I guess you don't get my patronage then. All right. Bye. 1689. The Treaty of Naranshik was signed by Russia and the King Emperor Julian calendar. So on the Julian calendar, we use the Gregorian calendar. So what is this? Let's check this out here. What is this treaty? Like, is it a peace treaty? Is it a trade treaty? Like
Qing? Q-I-N-G? Qing?
King. It's China.
Oh.
It's Russia and China. The King guys. It's weird, but the Q
Okay.
is a K sound
Okay.
for them. So. Signed on August 27th by Song Gutu on behalf of the Kangxi Emperor and Fyodor Golovin of Russian Tsars Peter I and Ivan V. It was the first formal treaty China ever signed with a Western power. That's significant.
Wow.
To bypass translation issues and avoid misinterpretation, the authoritative version was written in Latin, with secondary translations made into Russian and Manchu. While no official Chinese text existed for another 2 centuries, physical border markers were inscribed in Chinese, Manchu, Russian, and Latin. Well, that's smart, using Latin as an intermediary language. Like,
Yeah.
so that way it can be, properly and all that stuff. So, Treaty of Naranshik. Throw that in there. What else we got? 1715, Earl of Mar raised the Jacobite standard at Braemar, Aberdeenshire, starting the Jacobite uprising in Scotland. And here's an image of this. He's raising the banner, and you can't really see the banner that well, but yeah, that's unfortunate. That's weird. Like, you have here, it's supposed to be him raising the banner. You don't have the banner, like, just on a massive. The whole point of the image. 1776, the British defeated the Americans in the Battle of Long Island. So, during the American Revolutionary War, British forces under General William Howe flanked and defeated the Continental Army under General George Washington during the Battle of Long Island, with the 1st Maryland Regiment sustaining heavy casualties to cover retreating American troops. Thank you. 1782, the Battle of Comallee near a river near Beaufort, South Carolina. I guess by then we were still American, abolitionist John Lawrence was killed while leading the charge. I mean, we are Americans, so are Canadians, so are Mexicans, and all that stuff, because we're on the continent of America. Yeah, we were still a colonist back then. We weren't really the United States till I think 1793, when we signed the Treaty of Paris for that. 1789, French National Assembly issued the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen. I think we covered that yesterday. Could have sworn. 1791, during the French Revolution, Frederick William II of Prussia and Leopold II, Holy Roman Emperor, issued the Declaration of Pillnitz, declaring the joint support of the Holy Roman Empire and Russia for the French monarchy, agitating the French revolutionaries and contributing to the outbreak of the War of the First Coalition. That's not good. And I almost skipped over something right here, actually. We have 1783, so going back a little bit. First hydrogen balloon flight, unmanned, reached an altitude of 900 meters.
Whoa.
Yeah. And, I don't know why.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just had a feeling that I missed something. So I scrolled up, and yes, I did. And thankfully I had this image here to remind me just in case. So, and this was some kind of... Oh, that was that Chinese or Japanese siege or something. There's some kind of siege. That one castle, the... Fushimi Castle siege.
Okay.
That's what that image was. So, what else we got here? So we were in there. We got the French. Oh no, we were there. So we 1793 French Revolutionary Wars. The city of Toulon revolted against the French Republic and admitted the British and Spanish fleets to seize its port, leading to the siege of Toulon by French Revolutionary forces. And I think this was depicted in the new Napoleon movie, which I don't recommend watching. It's a very bad representation of Napoleon, but earlier on, it does depict the siege of Toulon and everything.
Okay.
So, 1798, French army and Irish rebels routed a larger British force at the Battle of Castlebar, Ireland. So we have Wolfe Tone's United Irish and French forces clashed with the British army in the Battle of Castlebar, part of the Irish Rebellion of 1798, resulting in the creation of the French puppet Republic of Connaught. So yeah, people don't realize that, at least early on in those times, the Irish were allied with the French. The French were helping them and everything.
I didn't realize that at all.
I didn't until like a couple weeks ago or something. We covered that for the first time for me. Like so, 1799, British invasion army landed in North Holland. Why are they landing in North Holland? Is this part of the Napoleonic Wars? Anglo-Russian invasion of Holland. Anglo-Russian? We're working with the Ruskies with this? Oh. It was a military campaign on August 27th to November 19th, 1799, during the War of the Second Coalition. So it is, there we go, yeah, it is against Napoleon, in which an expeditionary force of British and Russian troops invaded the North Holland Peninsula and the Batavian Republic. The campaign had two strategic objectives: to neutralize the Batavian fleet and to promote an uprising by followers of the former stadtholder William V against the Batavian government. The invasion was opposed by a smaller joint Franco-Batavian army. Right there, France. So let's see here, Anglo-Russian invasion of Holland. That makes sense. Like, they were fighting against Napoleon at the time. 1802, West India Quay officially opened as London's first purpose-built dock, featuring the largest brick building in the world.
Huh.
And that's what this is right here.
Oh,
yeah, first purpose-built dock. And that's interesting. Like, you can see that they're coming in this way, which I don't know how. I guess that's a drawbridge to open. But then they come in here, and then they have like two other areas, and then just a massive pool for whatever it is, loading, unloading, and all that stuff. And then they appear to have a canal that goes all the way over there. This can't be real. This looks way too, like, massive. Yeah, for at the time. But then again, look at the buildings and everything of the World's Fair in like the late 1800s and everything. Like, they built some crazy stuff allegedly that was only supposed to last for a couple of years. So that's wild. 1802, we got that one. 1813, Battle of Dresden. Napoleon defeated the Austrians. So Napoleon I, Bonaparte, defeated a larger force of Austrians, Russians, and Prussians at the Battle of Dresden. 3 years later, Lord Exmouth bombarded Algiers, a refuge for Barbary pirates. And that sounds like something the British would do. Like, they would kill pirate and civilian alike, and leave it in the civilians' hands to hunt down the pirates and hand them over. Otherwise, they'll just be bombarded just as much as the pirates. Like, which makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you are housing them, and if you're not working with the British, you're working against them. So, 1828, Uruguay gained independence during the Brazil-Argentina peace talks. All right, the Treaty of Montevideo, according to other source. Excellent. 1832, Seljuk leaders Black Hawk and Wabokakishik surrendered. The Black Hawk, leader of the Sauk tribe of Native Americans, surrendered to U.S. authorities, ending the Black Hawk War. 1859, first successful oil well drilled near Titusville, Pennsylvania, by Edwin Drake. And that's it right there.
Yeah.
You can even see Drake on the edge of the building there. But yeah, instead of like just the bare bones that we know today, just all the rigging and the pump jacks, they actually boarded it up and made it look somewhat pleasant. Even if it was out in the middle of freaking nowhere, in the forest. They just, once again, people enjoyed like their work back in the day. Like, that's why there's so much more effort and all that stuff. Nowadays it would just be that bare naked thing right there.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually it. They got rid of the boards. So.
I'm sure they would eventually.
Yeah. 1869, the first international boat race was held on the River Thames. Oxford defeated Harvard. All right. 1881, hurricane hit Florida and the Carolinas, killing about 700 people. So the Georgia hurricane made landfall near Savannah, Georgia, resulting in an estimated 700 deaths. Here we go again, the third day of talking about this. Krakatoa. The volcano located west of Java in Indonesia erupted with a force of 200 megatons of TNT, killing approximately 30,000 people, causing years of climate change. And all that. So this is just absolute nuts. Like, Krakatoa was the loudest natural thing in recorded history. Like, apparently the shockwave went around the world 2.5 times.
Wow.
Or something crazy. Yeah. So, like, and I showed you this earlier, but hold on a second. Krakatoa before, after. I just want to show, like, the magnitude of this. In the top, that's what Krakatoa looked like. And then the explosion was so big, this is what was left afterwards. And you can even see the land around here, like this, like the entire thing, that's the caldera. it wasn't just that thing blowing up. All of this just went off. Because you can see right here along the land, it's all dead and brown, or gray right here. Same gray as the actual volcano here. That's the crater.
Yeah.
Like it was that huge, ridiculous. What else we got here? 1892, New York City's Metropolitan Opera House, which opened back in 1883, so 9 years prior, caught fire and took 2 years to restore. That's unfortunate. Oh, do a quick image search of this just to see what it looked like. There, that's a nice looking building.
It is.
Look at that. It's cool. And I'm happy that they rebuilt it. I wonder if it's still around today. So, 1893, the Sea Islands hurricane struck the United States near Savannah, Georgia. Once again, Savannah getting hit again. Like what? Killing between 1,000 and 2,000 people. So yeah, Georgia hurricane made landfall in 1881. So 1881 too. Yeah. So that's strange. On the same exact calendar dates, 12 years later, 1881 to 1893.
Yeah.
That's wild. 1894, Congress passed the Wilson-Gorman Tariff Act, which included a graduated income tax, later struck down by the Supreme Court. And speaking of tariffs, we're having a serious problem with our neighbors to the north. They don't seem to understand the world of hurt that they're getting themselves into. You know, they think they're hot shit. No. But yeah, this tariff act here slightly reduced the United States tariff rates from the number set in the 1890 McKinley tariff and imposed a 2% tax on income over $4,000. All right. So if anybody wants to read more about this, Wilson-Gorman Tariff Act. Throw that in there if anybody wants to look up a little bit more on that. 1895, Japanese invasion of Taiwan. Here we go again. That's kind of weird. Is this the one that's exactly 900 years later? Like, or because we spoke about that other Japanese invasion. Oh wait, no, this is Taiwan. I was thinking of Korea. Sorry, my bad. Japanese invasion of Taiwan, Battle of Bagushan. The Empire of Japan decisively defeated a smaller Formosan army at Changhua, crippling the short-lived Republic of Formosa and leading to its surrender 2 months later. 1 year after that, Britain defeated Zanzibar in a 38-minute war between 9:02 a.m. and 9:40 a.m., the shortest war in history.
That's a quick one.
Yeah, it was, and I've seen videos of the story. Apparently, the mayor or whoever was given some ultimatum, and he didn't believe that the British were going to fire because he was hiding behind civilians, and the British did fire because the British don't care about anything other than what they can conquer. It was a really quick war. Like there's a lot more details into it, but it's an interesting thing to look up on YouTube. So, 1900, Gabriel Farrer's Grand Cantata Promenade premiered at Arenes des Brasiers, France. The performance involved almost 800 singers and musicians, including 2 wind bands and 15 harps, and an audience of 10,000. So 2 entire bands of wind instruments, and 15 harps, like 800 singers and musicians. That is absolutely madness. 1908, Calgary City Rugby Football Club reorganized as the Tigers. We also have the Qing Dynasty promulgated the Qinling Zhenhua Dangang, the first constitutional document in the history of China, transforming the Qing Empire into a constitutional monarchy. That's significant right there. Actually, I'm going to look this up here and throw this in the underbar if anybody wants to look more into this. Here we go. Principles of the Constitution. All right. Let's see here. Qing Dynasty Constitution. Throw that in there. Moving on up to 909, future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Jack Chesborough played his final game for the New York Highlanders in a 17-6 loss to the Tigers at Bennett Park, Detroit. 1910, using 137,000 candle power arc lights. As remember before, the watt and the this and all of that for electricity and everything. The only thing that really produced light was candles, so we're doing it off candle power. Yeah. So nowadays, like a light from my magic rectangle will probably be in the trillions of candle powers or something crazy. Using 2 137 candle power arc lights, 2 amateur baseball teams played a night game at White Sox Park.
Hey, how
That's
about that?
awesome.
And we also have horsepower for cars.
Yes, which for some reason, and I'm not kidding, one horse is measured at more than 1 horsepower.
Yeah?
Yeah, for whatever reason,
Huh.
the number's bumped up. So what's a normal horsepower? Like a 500 horsepower for an
a car?
engine? Yeah,
250, 300?
300. The actual number of horses to equate to that would actually be like 200 horses or something.
Oh, okay.
But for whatever reason, the number is bloviated. And I'm trying to find an image. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'd love to see that. And all the bright colors at night and everything. Yeah. Oh. 1910 as well, Washington Senator Red Killefer sacrificed a record 4 times against Detroit. Sacrificed what, though? His firstborn? Like, what's he out there He out there, like, on the pitcher's mound with a goat? Like, please, God, give me a home run. I don't know. It's 1913, Pyotr Nesterov became the first pilot to fly a loop-the-loop in an airplane in Kiev, Ukraine, new style, September 9th, 1913, in a monoplane at Kiev. So a monoplane, one wing.
Yeah.
And apparently last year, you brought this subject up the other day or something, maybe because of, we were talking about a loop-to-loop roller coaster thing a while ago.
I don't recall.
I don't recall either. But this is a note left over from last year or the year before. I don't remember exactly when. But yeah, obviously there's going to be no what's it called, video from 1910. But check that out. So it looks like instead of just pulling up and then doing that, it actually they inverted themselves and then they went down and then did that and then they uninverted themselves after it. Or that's to fly outside the loop, I guess. So I guess the first loop, the loop was inside. I'm not sure. I'm no aviation person. 1913 as well, Swedish engineer Gideon Soundback of Hoboken applied to patent an all-purpose zipper. Hey, we use that all the time. You know, zipper, Velcro, shoelaces. You know, check out that blueprint. That's awesome. So, 1914, during World War I, siege of Tasagato, a Japanese fleet commanded by Vice Admiral Tadakishi Kato, imposed a blockade along the whole coastline of German Tasagato, initiating the siege of Tasagato. 1916, Romania declared war on Austria-Hungary. So the Kingdom of Romania declared war on Austria-Hungary, entering the war as one of the Allied nations. Excellent. 1 year later, Indians set club record by stealing 8 bases in a game.
Ah, geez.
Yeah, kleptomaniacs. 1918, Christy Mathewson resigned as Cincinnati Reds manager to accept a commission as a captain in the chemical warfare branch of the U.S. Army. Wow. That's a heck of a promotion.
That's a career change.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like horizontally go over here by 17 miles. Thank you.
Yeah.
1918, Spanish flu arrived in Boston, beginning the second and deadliest wave in the U.S. And a lot of people don't realize the Spanish flu, despite its name, originated in China. As did the bubonic plague, the Kung flu, you know. So maybe we should stop doing dealings with China. So let them keep their own festerings contained. 1918 as well, during the Mexican Revolution, Battle of Ambos Nogales, the U.S. Army forces skirmished against Mexican Carranistas as part of the Mexican Border War. I had no idea we had a little war going on, like in the 1900s. With the Mexicans? That's weird. 1920, stadium driver Louis Kuhn led a U.S. medal sweep in the men's 3-meter springboard events at the Antwerp Olympics as teammates Clarence Pinkston and Louis Balbuck took the minor medals. 21, J. Clare of Acme Packing Company, that actually exists, Acme. Yeah. In Green Bay was granted an NFL franchise.
Yeah, how about that?
So the Packers are named after an Acme thing.
No, for a packing company.
Yeah, Acme Packing Company.
Yeah.
So
they're a packing company, hence the name Packers.
The Packers, yes. But the packing company is owned by Acme.
Yeah. So
they are an Acme. Dude, like tying it in with like Looney Tunes in ways I never understood. That's crazy. Because, that's who supplied, especially the Coyote.
Yeah.
All this stuff. It was always Acme.
Yeah.
So 21, J.E. Clare of Acme, we got that one. 22, Greco-Turkish War. The Turkish army took the Aegean city of, I'm going to destroy this word here, Afyon Karahisar? I don't know. From the Kingdom of Greece. So Greece lost a city. We'll get to that in a little bit, I think. Did we already go the Air College?
I don't think so.
Parks Air College. Parks. No, we haven't gotten there yet. So, but we were right there. We got the 20. We got that one. 23, 22. 1 century ago. 26. The second Women's World Games, track and field competition for women, were conducted over 3 days at Slottsskogsvallen Stadium in Gothenburg, Sweden. Sorry, it's 94 in hot. So, 27, here we go. Stadia's oldest aviation school, Parks College, open. All right. Now people can go learn. Yeah, people can go learn to fly. Excellent. 27 as well, 5 Canadian women filed a petition to the Supreme Court of Canada asking, quote, does the word persons in Section 24 of the British North America Act 1867 include female persons, end quote. Well, if we're going to be that technical, does it include male persons?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't specifically... See, this is why...
A person is a non-gender.
See, this is
there
why...
There is no woman or man in the word person.
This is why these amendments that specify giving rights to these people or giving rights to those people, they need to be abolished because the freaking Constitution or whatever document, the Constitution, right? Yeah. Like, it straight up says right there, all men are created equal. And men are our species. We are mankind, not human. It's not like man or woman. No, man. We're all man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The term man to signify half of the species is a newly thing. So all men are created equal. Women are men too. Like, men is a species. Like, we call dogs dogs. We are men. So, like, because now we have all these specifications. All you're doing is creating a system that relies on specifications. So if that's the way it is, as a straight white man, I have no rights. Isn't that kind of weird? How that's also coinciding with how the world's going? Almost it seems as if it's connected. Huh. Weird. Anyway, 1927, we got that one. 1928, Kellogg-Briand Pact, 60 nations agreed to condemn the recourse to war for the solution of international controversies. Yeah, so pretty much not resorting to war as like a first or second resort, as it usually has been for centuries and millennia before that. Like, how many wars? Like there's thousands of wars, and then all of a sudden World War I, and then we had a few wars sprinkled here and there, World War II, the Korea, Vietnam, and all that stuff. So, but back in the 1100s or whatever, there was a new war every day or something crazy. It's nuts. The Kellogg-Briand the Kellogg-Briand Pact outlawing war was signed by 15 nations. Ultimately, 61 nations will sign it. And this is 1928, so this is after the war to end all wars. So they're trying, through international law, to ensure that it remains the war to end all wars. Even though there's... Well, no, it didn't, because there were already wars going on, after World War I, in other places. And, yeah, ultimately it didn't work. So, let's see, Kellogg-Briand Pact. And I wonder if this Kellogg is any relation to... the food company Kellogg's, which, might. So Frank Kellogg, he was a Secretary of State, but he could have been, related to what's-his-face. 28, Times Square derailment killed 18 people and injured 100 in New York City subway's second deadliest accident. I wonder what the worst one was. I don't want to look that up. But keep that in mind. We're going to be talking about this type of a situation again. 1932, 200,000 English textile workers striked. Wonder over what, for how long? I forgot to add my note here. So, over what, question mark, how long, question mark, how many involved, question mark. 1933, the first Afrikaans Bible was introduced during a Bible festival in Bloemfontein. And we all know that Afrikaans are white people in Africa. The Boers and everything. So here you go. Don't know why I did that. The Bible. And this is German. So die means the in German. I know that. So, Moving on up to 1937, George E.T. Easton was set a world auto speed record of 345.49 miles per hour. That's fast in 1937.
Yeah.
556 kilometers an hour. Wow. 38, New York Yankees pitcher Monte Pearson no hits the Cleveland Indians 13-0. Joe DiMaggio hit 3 triples. Nice. 38 as well. 2 New York City subway trains collided at 116th Street, killing 2 and injuring 51. Remember, from 10 years before, exactly. 1928. 28 and 38. That's weird.
Yeah.
Exactly 1 decade later. 1939, Eric Warsitz in a Heinkel He-178 made the first manned jet-propelled flight with a turbojet engine designed by Hans von Oline. And I want to... actually, hold on a second. This isn't false, then. Didn't read the turbojet. But let's take an image of this here, right there. So that's the aircraft right there. That looks cool. Like, that looks like something out of, like, science fiction.
Yeah, you can see that nose wide. That's the intake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this looks like it's something like it was still designed with the body of a propeller driven. You know, because you have the wings high up. We don't have the wings that high up on jets. Usually they're like lower down in the middle or something. So, but I also want to show right here the biplane with a jet engine.
This video is brought to you by Strawberry Dog.
Here, let me.
Everyone thinks that jet engines began in World War II. Well,
I'm trying to find the actual schematic because there's a diagram that shows you what the actual intake does and everything. Well, it's not showing me. Was it in the beginning here? I don't know. It's somewhere. That's a sponsor, and I don't know. Somewhere in here.
and Calanders.
But like this is from 1910. Jet engine. So 1910 jets. Like I don't think it actually flew or anything. It's more of a concept and all that stuff. But they were starting.
Yeah.
So that's pretty wild. What else we got here? We'll get to that
what's
here.
my line?
Yeah. 1939, Nazi Germany demanded possession of the free city of Danzig in the Polish corridor. They eventually got it, unfortunately. 1940, experimental jet plane Caproni Campini CC-2 made its maiden flight in Milan. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. So the one I showed earlier was not this same one. The one I showed earlier was this one that I just read.
Yeah.
So these were 2 different jets. 2 different jets, though, on the same day. Mom's time. 1941, Shah of Iran, Raza Shah Pahlavi abdicated throne in favor of his son Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. World War II, British Royal Navy captured German U-boat U-570 on its maiden voyage. It was reflagged as HMS Graf and used by the British for nearly 2 years.
Wow.
On its maiden voyage, they lost it. That's awesome. Cuba declared war on Germany, Japan, and Italy on this date in 1942. We also have Soviet woman sniper Vladimira Pavlyushcheno. Sorry, I butchered your name, lady, but all due respect. Arrived in Washington, D.C., the first Soviet citizen welcomed at the White House by Eleanor Roosevelt. Wow, pretty cool. 1942, the first day of the Sarny massacre perpetrated by German military forces. I'm going to look this up here. Just throw this in the underbar section if anybody wants to look this up. Wow, between 14,000 and 18,000 people executed, mostly Jews, in the Nazi-occupied city of Poland city of Sarny. Yikes. Sarny massacre. Throw that in there. Anybody wants to read that for whatever reason. Whoops, I did something that I didn't mean to do that. What else do we got here? 1943, World War II, aerial bombardment by the Luftwaffe razed to the ground the village of Vorizia in Crete. So that village gone. 45, U.S. troops landed in Japan after Japan surrenders. Loon's time. Except it's a couple years later, 1948, 102 degrees Fahrenheit, or 38.89 Celsius, is the highest temperature ever recorded in Cleveland in August. Oh. It's hot here, too. 1950, first transmission of a TV program from continental Europe aired on BBC. And what was the program? Was it a news thing? Was it a comedy? Like, do
some context.
Yeah, I want to know what the program was, not just that it happened. So, okay, here we go. So this was 1950. First transmission of a TV program. So we're looking for August. Here we go. Here we go. First ever live television pictures from across the English Channel were transmitted by the BBC television service. The 2-hour program, Calais and Fete, was broadcast live from Calais in northern France. So it's not even coming from Britain, it's coming from even farther than Britain. You know, not that far, but still. To mark the centenary of the first message sent by submarine telegraph cable from England to France. So that's awesome. So, oh, okay, so it's just going...
From France to England, not to us.
Huh. From continental Europe, okay. Man, you know, they made it... Okay, yeah, it is coming from continental Europe, but it's just going...
Yeah.
So, wow, like, that seemed like such a bigger deal. Like, not big
it's not going across the Atlantic, but it's still,
you know,
transmitting a long ways.
English Channel. Let's throw this link in here as well. So, what was this? Let's see here, British thing. I'll just put this in British thing. I'm disappointed in that. 1950s, well, General Foods blacklisted Jean Muir of the Aldrich family for alleged communist sympathies. 52, having already won 5,000 meter and 10,000 meter gold medals, Czech starring Mule Zatopek claimed rare Olympic treble by winning the Helsinki Games marathon in an Olympic record time of 2 hours, 23 minutes, 3.2 seconds. You know, like what's an Olympic treble? Olympic treble. What's an Olympic treble? Aquilar mental orbit. What? No. Rare Olympic treble. What's an Olympic treble?
I don't know.
Like, sprint treble. Okay. It's something. I don't know. We don't have the time. We have 20 more pages to go, and we're almost 18 minutes to the hour. Yikes. 1955, Guinness Book of World Records was first published in Great Britain.
Ah, there you go. Oh, Great Britain.
Well, published, period.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It says also, because primary source says first published, secondary source published in Great Britain.
Okay.
The first edition of the Guinness Book of Records. There we go. So that's the first one. So actually, let's, what did it look like? Oh, the very first one right there. Look at that, the Guinness Book of Records. And it is the same Guinness as the beer.
Ah.
Anybody's wondering. So, just as like the Michelin star restaurants is the same as the Michelin's, you know, tires. It's weird how things are linked. 55, Sandy Koufax fans, 14 Reds at both teams combined for a record 23 strikeouts. 56, well, Kurt Roberts of Columbus International League hit 4 home runs in a 7-inning game. So that's one 7-inning stretch. All right. 56, the nuclear power station at Calder Hall in the United Kingdom was connected to the national power grid, becoming the world's first commercial nuclear power station to generate electricity on an industrial scale. That is epic. Let's take a look at this here really quick. Yeah, so there it is. So, yeah, first nuclear power now producing. 57, Hickory Smoke won the Hambletonian Stakes, and that's a horse, not some kind of barbecue thing, or it could be a barbecue thing. I don't. Is it? Hold on a second. It could be. I think we looked this up, and it was. What is this? Oh, okay, it is a horse race. All right. I think. Okay. Well, then again, you know, they could be eating a horse that lost. So they do that with the bulls in bullfighting in Spain. 57, the Constitution of Malaysia came into force. That's pretty cool. I'm going to throw the Malaysian Constitution in the underbar section really quick, you know, just in case anybody wants to look this up. So Malaysian Constitution. If you wouldn't mind raising the blinds a bit, about halfway, please, to let a little bit of light in. 58, Washington Senators owner Clark Griffith said he will probably accept an offer to move the team to Minnesota. Did he? The Minnesota Senators, are they still there? Are they there, or are they still in Washington, the Senators?
I think the Washington Senate is still in Washington.
Okay. 58 as well, the U.S. performed a nuclear test over the South Atlantic Ocean as part of Operation Argus to study the Christofilos effect, a theoretical defensive shield to cloud Soviet radar. Wow. Gotta look this up here really quick. Christofilos effect. Huh. So,
I don't quite get that.
sometimes known as the Argus effect, refers to the entrapment of electrons from nuclear weapons in the Earth's magnetic pole. Okay, so they're basically using nuclear excitement to keep things predictably under control or something. So, if I'm reading that correctly. Yeah, electrons from nuclear weapons in the Earth's magnetic field. He suggested the effect had defensive potential in nuclear war. With so many beta particles becoming trapped that warheads flying through the region would experience huge electrical currents that would destroy their trigger electronics. Basically like a perpetual EMP field type of thing.
Yeah.
It goes through like, the event horizon or whatever, and it just short circuits. So that's pretty wild to think about. 1960, Australian swimmer John Devitt controversially won the 100-meter freestyle gold medal at the Rome Olympics, recording the same time at 55.2 as silver medalist Stadian Lance Lawson. Okay. 61, Francis the Talking Mule was a mystery guest on What's My Line. So.
Yes. Good. Will you come in, Miss B. Janitor, and sign in, please?
Francis the Talking Mule. Did you ever hear about him?
Not this, no, but I had seen What's My Line, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like, this is apparently, it's not just this one-off bit. Like, there's a whole show. Apparently he was some star, like Mr. Ed.
Oh, no, I never heard of it.
Starring Donald O'Connor, Francis the Talking Mule.
I've heard of Donald O'Connor, he's an actor.
Yeah. Like, this looks like competition for Mr. Ed. So,
Maybe it's the foundation for Mr. Ed.
maybe. When was Mr. Ed? Because this is 61.
He was in the late 60s, I
When was
think.
Mr. Ed? Mr. Ed. 61 to 66. When was Francis the Talking Mule? 61 at least.
Yeah.
Main Mule character in the 1946 novel, Mr. Ed is a plagiarist, thing. Mr. Ed, they took it from Francis. Son of a gun, and we never heard of Francis. They freaking Oreo'd, like, the equine version of, not Clorox, what's the original sandwich cookie?
Oreo.
No. Hydrox.
Hydrox.
They Oreo'd the Hydrox of the equine community.
Yeah.
Freaking Mr. Ed is a cheat. Nah.
Problem is, Oreo made it better than Hydrox,
Well,
taste-wise.
no, they just marketed it better.
Tastes better.
I don't know. I mean, today I wouldn't say that they do because they
I
put
don't
in
know
so much
today. I
crap.
haven't had either one in a long time.
I don't know. Like I've seen a video on Hydrox and everything. It was all about marketing. I mean, maybe it was taste and everything, but Oreo, they freaking buried Hydrox.
Yeah.
So, 62, Mariner 2, the first probe to fly by Venus, was launched. The first unmanned space mission, or not the first one, but it was an unmanned one. So, of course, it's flying by Venus. We don't send them in that far out. 64, Walt Disney's musical film Mary Poppins, directed by Robert Stevenson and starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke, with songs by Richard and Robert Sherman, premiered at Grauman's Chinese Theater in Los Angeles, California, later winning 5 Academy Awards. We also have South Vietnamese junta leader Nguyen Khan entered into a triumvirate power-sharing arrangement with rival generals Tran Thien Kiem and Jurong Van Min, who had both been involved in plots to unseat Khan. Khan! That seems incredibly foolish. Why would you go into a joint power thing with two people who've been working together against you? You're handing them your ass. What are you doing? 65, the Beatles spent an evening with Elvis Presley at his Los Angeles, California home. That's a pretty cool thing to document.
Yeah.
It seems useless, but, interesting. 66, British sailor Francis Chichester began the first solo sail around the world, leaving Plymouth aboard the Gypsy Moth 4 and completing it in May 1967. Once again, I don't know about you, but if something was named the second, the third, the fourth, I ain't getting on it. What happened to the first one? 1966, Oakland pitcher Paul Lundblad began a 385-game consecutive errorless streak. 67, Naomi Sims was the first black model on a U.S. cover, Fashion of the Times. Do an image search system really quick here. Okay, right here, Fashion of the Times. All right, that's pretty cool. I like that outfit. That hat's awesome. 1968, protest by the Dairy Housing Action Committee, the DHAC, at the Guildhall's Council Chamber, after which Eamon Mela phoned the Northern Ireland Civil Rights Association, NICRA, to organize a march in Derry. Yeah, they're getting the hint. 1969, Lindsay's Pride won the Hamiltonian Stakes. Bet it's her pride now. We also have Mike Proctor hit 6 consecutive sixes across 2 overs. Cricket. No idea what that means.
Yeah, not a clue.
1970, Jimi Hendrix created his last studio recording at Electric Lady Studios in New York City, an instrumental called Slow Blues. Yeah. 71, an attempted coup d'etat failed in the African nation of Chad. The government of Chad accused Egypt of playing a role in the attempt and broke off diplomatic relations. 365 days later, we have Operation Lion's Den. U.S. Navy bombarded Haiphong Harbor in North Vietnam from the sea, firing over 700 rounds in 33 minutes. And these are ship guns.
Yeah.
You know? So, yikes. Just do a quick little scan to see if we have any comments. Oh, hey! Welchmertz 88. Yes, hello. Hey, hello, person guy. Looks like you have like a dragon or something as your profile picture there. Can't really tell that well. 1972, the Grateful Dead held a benefit concert for the Springfield Creamery, a yogurt company owned by writer Ken Kesey's brother, at the old Renaissance Fairgrounds in Veneta, Oregon.
Good old deadheads.
Yeah. 73, Stadian Civil War ship USS Monitor was discovered. Oh, the good old Monitor. Well, the bad old Monitor. It was a, good old Monitor. The good old Monitor. Okay, yeah, it was a good one. It was ironclad for the Union. Like, I know that the Pyramid one, that's the Confederates there. So, 1974, New York Met Benny Ayala hit a home run in his first at-bat. 75, Veronica and Colin Scargill of England completed their tandem bicycle ride around the world, covering a record 18,020 miles or 29,000 kilometers. That is epic. The governor of Portuguese Timor abandoned its capital, Dili, and fled to Aroturo Island, leaving control to a rebel group. 77, the army shot at market vendor women in Conakry, Guinea. But what army? Like, this is right here. It just says army. Not sure what army. No. Toby Hurrah and Bump Wills hit back-to-back inside the park home runs off Yankee Ken Clay at Yankee Stadium as the Rangers won 8-2. So, yeah. 1978, MLB Cincinnati Reds, Joe Morgan was the first to hit 200 home runs and have 500 stolen bases.
Okay.
Dang. 78, MLB New York Yankees pitcher Catfish Hunter's 6-2 win gave him a perfect 6-0 record in August. So what does that mean? 6-0, like wins?
Yeah, 6 wins, no losses.
Oh, okay. 79, Lord Mountbatten, first Earl Mountbatten of Burma, cousin of Queen Elizabeth II, and last Viceroy of India, what a heck of a name, was killed along with 3 companions, 2 of whom were children, by the IRA when his boat was blown up near Sligo, Ireland. Number 1, what is this guy doing with 2 children on his boat, close enough to be the only people who died in an explosion? That seems kind of Epsteinish right there. And with a name like Lord Mountbatten, first Earl of Mountbatten of Burma, cousin of Queen Elizabeth III, and last Viceroy of India, I twirl my mustache in my British ways. 79, Warrenport ambush, 18 British Army soldiers were killed when the provisional IRA exploded 2 roadside bombs as British convoy passed Narrow-Water Castle. So we have during the Troubles, 18 British soldiers were killed at the Warrenport ambush by the Provisional Irish Republican Army near Warrenport, Northern Ireland. In the deadliest attack on British forces during Operation Banner, an IRA bomb also killed British royal family member Lord Mountbatten and 3 others on his boat in Mulgamahor, Republic of Ireland. So the whole Mountbatten thing was related to this. That's pretty wild. So this is the second time this show we've had 2 significant articles. The first one being at the very beginning with that double victory for the Greeks.
Yeah.
With Plataea and everything. That's wild. 1980, Chun Doo-hwan was elected president of South Korea. So South Korean presidential election. After successfully staging the coup d'etat on May 17th, General Chun Doo-hwan, running unopposed, had the National Conference for Unification elect him president of the Fourth Republic of Korea. That does not sound good. 81, why do we work with him?
No.
You know, like... divers began to recover a safe found aboard the Italian liner Andrea Doria, which sank on July 26, 1956, but the safe did not yield the rumored jewels. But I wonder if it was anything like this scene from Thumbtanic.
Oh, yeah.
You know? No, this is not Titanic, it's a parody of Titanic.
Oh.
Let's see. The found the safe and it has a picture of a naked thumb.
She's naked, and she's not wearing any clothes, too.
Yes, that's what naked means. Freaking submarine operator, man. 82, MLB Oakland A's outfielder Ricky Henderson stole his 119th base of the season, breaking Lou Brock's record. Hell yeah. And I knew this guy, no, I didn't personally know him. I knew the name, Ricky Henderson. The picture, the not bad face, pretty good, not bad. That's what he has. Like, does he not have a not bad face right there?
Yeah.
He's like, good job. Pretty good. So. 1982 as well, Turkish military diplomat Colonel Attila Atalakat was shot and killed in Ottawa just as commandos of the Armenian genocide claimed to be avenging the massacre of 1.5 million Armenians in the 1915 Armenian genocide. I understand your grievances, but 1915 and 1982, it's a little late to get retribution at this point, 83, Haiti adopted a constitution. All right, well, let's take a look at their constitution. There we go, Constitution of 2012. Oh, well, they've since revised it, it sounds like. Okay, well, let's put this in Haitian Constitution. Throw that in the underbar. I'm getting a lot of links for today. 84, U.S. President Ronald Reagan announced the Teacher in Space project leading up to the Challenger disaster. Right? Teacher in Space program.
Yeah. She was on board.
Yeah, the Challenger.
Yeah.
The Columbia later, was it the Columbia or Challenger? Challenger was the first one, right?
Yeah, Challenger was the first one.
Because Challenger went up and blew up on the way up. Columbia was on its way down and disintegrated on the way down. So, 84, war against indiscipline was launched by the Buhari regime in Nigeria. What the heck does that even mean? War against indiscipline. It was a mass mobilization program in Nigeria organized by the Muhammadu Buhari military administration with the aim of correcting social maladjustments. What? The program began in March of 1984 and was effective until September of 85. It was broader in scope than previous measures and aimed to attack social maladjustment and widespread corruption. By July of 1985, newspapers such as Concord and The Guardian that were critical of corruption and mismanagement of the economy in the previous administration began panning the WAI campaign and accusing military officials of engaging in abusive practices under the cover of fighting and discipline. Yeah. Others viewed the measure as an exhortation from the military command at the top of the people below. Oh, at the top to the people below. So, indiscipline war. That's such a weird, so dumb. 85, General Ibrahim Babangida overthrew Major General Muhammadu Buhari's regime in Nigeria. Yikes. He was ousted from power in a coup d'etat. Oh, wow. This was the same guy 1 year later. Hold on a second. Did I read that right? Major General Muhammadu Buhari. And this war against indiscipline was organized by that same guy. So 1 year later, although this says March of 1984, it is well after March, but still 1 year after this article, this guy himself gets overthrown. Ousted from power in a coup d'etat, led by Major General Ibrahim Babangida. So that's strange. And this is third coup so far today that we've covered.
Bunch of them.
Yeah. What's going on? 86, protests erupted in Soweto, South Africa against evictions carried out after an 11-week rent boycott. Okay. Ayo's time. Can I get through my life in 1 minute? 1988, Dodgers' Tommy Lasorda won his 1,000th game as manager, topping Philadelphia 4-2. 89, and 100 people marched through Bend on Short protesting racial violence. 89, Chris Patton won the 89th U.S. Golf Amateur Championship. I wonder if he's any relation to George S. Patton.
Doubtful.
Chris Patton. I'm gonna look him up. I'm still mind blown from the discovery yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Finding the Confederate guy, George S. Patton, the grandfather of World War II, George S. Patton. Yeah. So hold on a second. Chris Patton. Tell me about his family. What's his lineage? Hold on a second.
It's not going to tell me. Like, I don't care. If anybody can let us know. Do we have any more comments? Nothing on YouTube. Anything on Rumble? Actually, no. There we go. All right. 1990. No Offense is the second studio album by Garth Brooks was released. Later received the Billboard Album of the Year '91. 1990 as well. 52 stadiums arrived in Turkey from Iraq. They were evacuated because of the preparation of the Gulf War and everything.
Yeah.
So, 1990 as well. Brewers Blue Jays game was delayed for 35 minutes because of gnats. Little bugs.
Yeah.
We also had market prices plunged as OPEC neared an informal agreement to increase output to cover the shortfall due to the invasion. Cash market trading experienced an abrupt decline. 91, Moldova declared independence from the USSR, the Soviet Union. Excellent. Nigerian President Ibrahim Babangida created 9 states: Abia, Enugu, Delta, Jigawa, Kebbi, Osun, Kogi, Taraba, and Yobe. Nice. 91, the European community recognized the independence of the Balkan states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Didn't we cover that yesterday? Could have sworn that we did.
Could have.
92, CFL revoked BC Lions franchise, the Canadian Football League in British Columbia.
BC Lions, British Columbia Lions.
All right. So why did they revoke it?
I don't know. First I've heard of it.
Like, so you never heard of the Lions ever?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Like, I guess they weren't up to par or something?
I don't know.
So, I don't know. 93, the Rainbow Bridge connecting Tokyo Shiabura and the island of Odaiba was completed. And that's what it right there. Cool looking bridge, you know?
Usually when a license is revoked, it's because they're broke.
Oh, maybe. 93, Yak 40 crash in Tajikistan, killing 79 people with 1 survivor. It's terrible. Survivor's guilt. You know? And it's not going to be the only one today, weirdly enough. And, you know, we have so many repeats. It's strange. 95, we have the worst fire in New York in 80 years, ended after 4 days. And I wonder, like, how much damage? Like, New York.
Yeah, well, that's pretty broad.
Yeah, state or city. So, all right. Well, let's just a list of disasters in New York City by death toll. Well, I mean, it's not telling me anything. So if anybody can look this up here at 95, tell us what fire, any damages, deaths, injuries, you know, what's going on with this. Year 2000, the 540 meter, 1772 foot tall Alsekio Tower in Moscow caught fire, resulting in the deaths of 3 people. Yikes. And we covered the second time it caught fire earlier this year. Like, I could have, because I recognized this. Caught fire. So, 2001, Angelina Jolie was named as UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador at UNHCR headquarters in Geneva, whatever that is. United Nations Healthcare
I don't know.
Reciprocation? Like,
I am.
United Nations something. High Commissioner for Refugees. Okay. Angelina Jolie. Okay. All right. 2003, Mars made its closest approach to Earth in nearly 60,000 years, passing within 34,646,418 miles, or 55,758,005 kilometers. 2003 as well, the first 6-party talks involving South and North Korea, the United States, China, Japan, and Russia convened to find a peaceful resolution to the security concerns of the North Korean nuclear weapons program. Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta do something about them. 2004, Australia won its first ever Olympic men's field hockey gold medal with a 2-1 win after extra time against the Netherlands in Athens. We also have China's first ever gold in Olympic Games men's track and field. Liu Zhang won the 110-meter hurdles in Athens, equaling Colin Jackson's 1993 world record time of 12.91 seconds. Craig Kilborn's final appearance as host of The Late Late Show on CBS after 1,190 episodes. We're still in 2004 here. German kayaker Brigitte Fischer won gold in K4 500 meter and silver in K2 500 meter in Athens. She is the first woman in any sport to win gold medals at 6 different Olympics, with golds 24 years apart, and the first woman, the first person to win 2 or more medals in 5 different games.
Wow.
Wow.
Now that's something.
Why is she not highlighted in here? What the hell?
No
You know, Jet Li, cool, great, but screw you. You don't get the Oreo cookie part. Give me the black highlight of this person right here.
Yeah.
You know, that is mind-blowingly phenomenal. Applause. I gotta give her applause. Where is it? Cheer. There we go. And, talking about Jet Li here, 2004 as well, Hong Kong martial arts film Hero, starring Jet Li, opened in the U.S. and became the first Chinese language film to reach #1 at the U.S. box office.
Jeez.
So this is a scene from
It
it.
was always in subtitles, I guess, huh?
I'm not sure, but this
Unless they dubbed it.
this is a scene from it, and I am very intrigued. Like, apparently they're like two master swordsmen, and they're so good at the blade that they're using their inertia to somehow stay aloft over water. Like, I don't know the physics behind it, but like, it looks like such a magnificent movie. I mean, like, we all know how successful Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was, and all that jazz. So, 2004, in a huge upset in the men's basketball semifinal at the Athens Olympics, Argentina defeated a star-studded but unsettled U.S. team, 89-81. They went on to take gold as the U.S. took bronze. Wow.
Yeah.
That's an upset.
Big.
We also have, we're still in 2004 here, people. Alcides Mendez of Cuba threw an Olympic record of 71.53 meters to easily defeat German Steffi Neris for the women's javelin gold medal at the Athens Olympics. Finally, getting into other years here, 2006, U.S. Senator Barack Hussein Obama became the first mixed ethnicity person to be nominated by a major political party for president of the United States by the Democratic Party. Don't let his skin color fool you. He's half white. Very few people realize that. This guy came out of a white lady. Everybody's always like, oh, he's the first black. He ain't the first black shit. He's half. So he's just as much white as he is black. You're just judging him by his skin color. Anybody who calls him the first black anything is just a prejudiced bigot. 2009, international conflict in Myanmar. The Burmese military junta and ethnic armies began 3 days of violent clashes in the Kokang Special Region. 2011, Australia claimed the final Tri-Nations Rugby Series with a 25-20 win over New Zealand in Brisbane. Argentina's Pumas joined the competition the following year. The series was rebranded as the Rugby Championship. So it wasn't like the end, they just rebranded everything. So that's why this was the final of that. They were rebranding and everything. So whoever won the next year was the first of that one. So we also have Hurricane Irene struck the United States East Coast, killing 47 people and causing an estimated $15.6 billion with a B dollars in damage. For people to comprehend that, that's what the number looks like. $15,600,000,000 in damage. That's a lot of zeros there.
That's a lot.
2012 Thrift Shop. Shit, it was 99 cents. Single was released by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Billboard Song of the Year 2013. Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance. Best Rap Song of 2014. I can't believe it was that late. Could have sworn Thrift Shop has been out since a lot before 2012, but apparently not.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a cool song. 2012, first interplanetary human voice recording broadcast from Mars rover Curiosity.
What?
So they just played the voice of a human.
Okay.
First interplanetary human voice recording broadcast. So they recorded it and broadcast from Mars rover Curiosity and received it here at Earth, home. And so now we have, human voice traveling between planets.
Coming from Mars.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
2014, medical charity Médecins Sans Frontières, MSF, called the international response to Ebola irresponsible and slow and derisory.
Derogatory?
No, derisory.
Derisory.
Derisory. Right here. Derisory? Never heard of this. Ridiculously small or inadequate. Another term for derisive. Derisive? Derisive? I've heard of derisive, but not that often. So derisory. Okay. So we learned a new word today.
Yeah.
2015, The Shepherd's Crown by Terry Pratchett was published by Doubleday 5 months after the author's death as the last book in the Discworld series. Rest in peace. Greek President Prokopis Pavlopoulos named top Supreme Court Judge Visakliki Theniu a caretaker prime minister, Greece's first female prime minister. All right. 2017, former 5-weight world heavy boxing champion Floyd Mayweather Jr. defeated MMA fighter Conor McGregor in his debut match in the 10th round in Las Vegas. Wow. 2018, UN released report saying Myanmar military leaders should face genocide charges and crimes against humanity charges for violence against Rohingya. Can't pronounce that word. Rohingya.
I don't know. Never heard of it.
Yeah, neither have I. The N-word is in there, though, for some reason. So, 2018, reigning French Open tennis champion Simona Halep became the first top-seeded woman to lose in first round of the U.S. Open. Lost to Kaya Kanepi 6-2, 6-4. First match at newly renovated Louis Armstrong Stadium. This is no longer an either source, so it is a migrating article. 2019, at least 25 people were killed in a fire at a bar, deliberately set by gang members in Coatzacoalcos, Mexico. Yikes. Race car driver Jesse Combs died while setting a new fastest woman's land speed record of 522.783 miles per hour, or 841.34 kilometers an hour, at Alvord Desert, Oregon, posthumously awarded later in 2020. You know, rest in peace.
Well, how'd she die? She
In a
obviously
crash.
Oh, it says
Yeah.
that there? I missed that.
She
part.
died while setting the new fastest
okay.
women's. Yeah, she died.
Okay.
So she set it
And then.
and died trying.
Okay.
So, 2020, Australian terrorist Bronson Tarrant was sentenced to life without parole for the killing of 51 mosque worshippers in Christchurch, New Zealand, the first time the country imposed a sentence. That's not enough. This guy needs to be swinging from a tree. You know? Like, you know, exile or execution. This guy killed 51 people worshiping at their place. You know,
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a Jew, a Muslim, you know, or Islamist, Christian, you know, Buddhist, Falun Gong, like whatever the hell you believe in. I don't care who you are. If somebody goes and blasts your place of religion, that person does not have the right to get the luxury of having a free ride in prison, having our taxpayer, you know, dollars going to house him, feed him, medically assist, clothes. No, get that person the hell out of here, exile him to North Korea, or hang him ourselves. You know, terrible. 2020, Hurricane Laura made landfill in Louisiana near the Texas border as a Category 4 storm with 150-mile-per-hour winds, killing at least 16 people. Mike Pence accepted a nomination for vice president at the Republican convention, calling for law and order after the shooting of Jacob Blake. Did you hear the shooter was caught at Trump's golf course? Apparently he had the schedule of Melania or something.
Had to schedule what?
He had no. The shooter had Melania Trump's schedule.
Oh.
Like when she comes and
wow.
goes.
So he's going to shoot her?
So I don't know.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Like, let me just look this up. Shooter discovered with Melania's schedule. Right here. 2026 White House. April 25th. No. Oh, there's a shoot. No, that was a while ago. This is new. Hold on a second. Let me get the news here. Well, whatever. I think this is it right here. Donald Trump's golf course. August 22nd, 7th, yeah, right here. Ex-Marine arrested near Donald Trump's golf course had details of Melania's schedule. Yeah, right there. So, I don't know what this is. So. Anyway, what else do we got here? 2023, or 2021, Britain's Prince Andrew was served with a U.S. federal lawsuit alleging he sexually abused a teenager 20 years ago. Yikes. 2023, gymnast Simone Biles, at the age of 26, won her record 8th U.S. championship in San Jose, California. 26 and already 8 championships under her belt.
Well, 26 for a gymnast is really old.
Oh, okay.
They start at 12, 13 years old.
That is true.
On a world stage.
Yeah. 24, British band Oasis announced a reunion tour of Britain and Ireland 16 years after their acrimonious split. What's with these words today? Acrimonious. Let's look this up here. So, I want this right here. Acrimonious. What does the word acrimonious mean? Okay. No, hold on a second. What is going on? I want this. Okay, that's because I'm dumb. Okay. Typically of speech or discussion, angry and bitter. Oh, so they're angry and bitter split. All right.
It's not all nice and friendly.
Yeah. 2024, Jason Kels and his brother Travis Kels signed a deal for their New Heights podcast with Amazon's Wondery for more than $100 million. And just this time last year, we have a record 10-day streak of 35 degrees Celsius or above in Tokyo, Japan. Longest consecutive streak since 1875. Like, what is that in Fahrenheit?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
C2.
That's hot.
That's the wrong one. F. No. 95. That's up there right now. You know, it's 94 right now. So, anyway, that shall conclude the show. You know, once again, please check the underbar description below for any links that you may find interesting. These links that we've gathered throughout the show will appear down there in about 5-10 minutes after the end of the live stream. What's the code word? Let us know that you're still watching up until this point.
Give me some help. What do we got?
We can go with I don't know, freaking awesome women or something.
Awesome
We've had a couple amazing women articles in here today. So
how about Mars message?
Mars message. Okay, put Mars message. You know, what do you have something against women? Huh? You're a misogynist. Put Mars message in the comment section. Let us know you're still watching until this point. Anyway, a lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis. We can only bring you a portion from various sources here. We have gone through all 38 pages of our document. This all happened August 27th throughout all of these years. You know, believe it or not. And the past hour and 15 minutes. So anyway, it's up to you to find the artifacts of our history, but only if each individual reaches out with and for open mindfulness, with a yearn to learn, to see outside what you think you know, to grow and find enlightenment. We have to find common ground between with those who see their opinions differently from our own, and find a better way to be better to one another. For your dose of Passive Events Daily, we stream every day at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. We have other shows. We have a new show every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. The first Sunday of every month, we have IOYO. I'm okay, you're okay. Once again at 3 p.m., 3 and 5 for the contrive and all that jazz. Anyway, for all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU, and until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!